The complexity of mentalization has attracted the interests of scientists, philosophers, and psychologists, as well as others from wide-ranging fields of interest, each with their own distinct perspective on what mentalization entails. Philosophers have played an important role in kindling interest in the subject of mentalization and later in the development of empirical research on the topic. Descartes' second meditation, where he discussed the nature of the human mind and how it is better known than the body, set the groundwork for considering the science of the mind. He regarded the mental state of knowledge, especially the capacity to doubt this particular mental state, as evidence for the fact that we exist. His famous adage, cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am, was born out of the need to defend his views. Within the contemporary branch of philosophy known as philosophy of mind, two dominant theoretical views emerged to explain how it is that we are able to mentalize. The theory and the simulation theory. Theory stands in contrast to simulation theory in several fundamental respects. According to the theory view, we come to an understanding of the minds of others through the deployment of a theory that relies upon an understanding of mental state concepts and behavioral laws and principles to explain and predict behavior. Simulation theory takes the position that mentalization may not depend upon a fully specified theory of mind. Instead, we use our empathic abilities to simulate the minds of others, or we project our own mental states onto others and assume that they feel and think as we do. The contrasting views represented by these two theories have provided fodder for interesting debates that have advanced scientific understanding of the various components and layers of mentalization. In our opinion, both theory and simulation theory have a proper place within the study of mentalization. In the 20th century, mentalization was examined by a field of research known as belief-desire psychology, also referred to as folk psychology. For instance, Dennett, an American philosopher, writer, and cognitive scientist, once proposed how mentalization works. First, you decide to treat the object, whose behavior is to be predicted, as a rational agent. Then you figure out what beliefs that agent ought to have, given its place in the world and its purpose. Then you figure out what desires it ought to have, on the same considerations. And finally, you predict that this rational agent will act to further its goals in light of its beliefs and desires. A little practical reasoning from a chosen set of beliefs and desires will in most instances yield a decision about what a person ought to do. That is what you predict a person will do. Dennett referred to this process as the intentional stance. Belief-desire psychology does not, however, explain the full extent of what is needed to understand a person's motivations or intentions, which Dennett later also recognized. To begin with, because belief-desire psychology primarily focuses on beliefs and desires, it ignores a vast range of mental state information that must be taken into account in order to accurately predict or explain complex behavior. For instance, affect and knowledge are two primary mental state categories which, together with belief and desire, make up increasingly complex mental states such as intentions, motivations, and attitudes. Additionally, contextual and situational factors such as social environment have a significant influence on mental states and behavior. Moreover, many studies have shown that humans often don't follow logical rules in their behavioral choices. Predictions and explanations of behavior should therefore never be made on the basis of what the person ought to believe, desire, or do. They need to be tailored to the individual within context, which requires consideration of all factors of influence. Predictions of complex behavior need to be based upon a range of behavioral possibilities for the particular person about whom we are mentalizing. By taking all of these factors into account, we are able to evaluate all of the different possible behaviors that the person might choose, and then assign probabilities to each. The behavior with the highest probability will generally be our best bet.